Have you ever gone through something so intense that you questioned everything? You questioned your calling. You questioned your direction. You questioned even your identity. Lord, what if I told you that buried underneath that battle was your blueprint? You see, some of the greatest revelations don't come in quiet devotion. They come in the chaos. Yes. You get to see some of the greatest revelations about your life come in the form of loss. When you get to look at the betrayal, when you get to see all that is being broken down around you, but then you're going to ask why. And that is because the storm strips us. And what stripped away was never solid to begin with. Everything that gets knocked down, everything that gets broken down, everything that cannot withstand the storm was never solid to begin with. If you feel like you're losing everything, you might just be finding what's eternal. When Job was being tested, Job in the Bible, when Job was being tested and everything around him was being taken away, he lost his family, he lost his assets. And even when his friends came around and his friends were mocking him, but he still held on to God. Because he knew that which was eternal. He knew that which held him up high. You got to see that everything around him was knocked, but he got to strengthen his faith in that which is really eternal. Truly, we are grateful. Truthfully, we have to realize that fights don't just break us. They actually birth us. And what do I mean by that? Battles don't just test us. They actually train us. The blueprint, your blueprint, was buried in the battle. You see that you cannot walk away from the battle. Even if you wanted to, Jonah could not walk away from his purpose. You cannot walk away from your battle. It was training you. It was getting you ready. You needed to undergo the training. Why? Because the blueprint was buried in the battle. But it's being resurrected in the storm. And what do we mean by this? I want you to really follow. I'm saying that battles don't just test you, they train you. The blueprint was buried in the battle, but it's being resurrected in this storm. So whatever storm that you are facing, whatever it is, whatever circumstance that you find yourself in, you get to realize it is through that the main blueprint, the main course of your life is being resurrected, even in you, through you. You're getting to see the strength. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8-9 reminds us that we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair. God doesn't promise the absence of battle, but he does promise preservation in it. Isn't that amazing? So that means that we have to be conscious of the fact that we are going to have to face the battles. We are going to have to go through the battles, but we also have to remember the promise. We have to trust in the fact that he is going to take us through the battle, and it is through the battle that we are going to see that he was actually always with us, and that establishes the blueprint. The storm wasn't sent to destroy you. It was sent to dig up what was hidden in you. My Lord. It was not sent to destroy you. It was sent to dig up what was actually hidden in you. You got to see that there were gems in you, and you could not tap into those gems if you were just living the comfortable life. You had to go through the rough. You had to go through that moment where you felt like you hit rock bottom. That quiet inner strength, right? That quiet inner radical faith. That divine blueprint you forgot you even carried. You have to really reflect. You have to do some introspection. You have to be honest with yourself and see the truth that once you are trying to run away from the battle, you're actually missing out, because that is where the real gems come out. What did you find in your last battle? You have to ask yourself that. What was born in your breakdown before you got to the breakthrough? Because while you were crying, heaven was crafting. We bless his name. While you were falling apart, the foundation was being laid. We bless his name. So stop cursing the storm and start mining it. You have to face the storm now with bravery. And you have to see what is coming out of it. You are being fashioned into something very powerful. You get to realize that the way God prepares you for greater battles, the way God prepares you for greater storms, the way God prepares you to carry on much more is by taking you slowly through certain situations that you might not feel too comfortable with, that you might feel would actually break you. But the reality of it, it is actually meant to strengthen you. Truly, we bless his name. So, like I said, stop cursing the storm. In fact, like Jesus, you have to be at peace during the storm, because you have it in you to speak peace and power even into the storm. You have to start mining it. You have to start to see that which is going to come out of the circumstance and the situation that you are currently going through. The blueprint is there. The blueprint is in the storm, in the wreckage, in the rubble. God is rebuilding you, not back to who you were, but into who you were always meant to be. You see how the storm will get to humble you. We really appreciate the story of Job because it demonstrates one that maintains humility, even despite going through challenges, all types of challenges, even when it seemed as if the whole entire world was falling around him. Job did not for once curse the name of God. He understood that God gives and God takes. All things belong to him. So when you see the storm coming, or when you feel like the storm is already here, and you feel like you have no other choice but to go through it, fear not. Go through the storm and know that it is by you going through the storm that you are going to come out shining, that you are going to come out being that precious diamond, because you were not defeated. You get to see that you were not conquered by the storm. It was school to you, and you came out in flying colors, A grade all the way through. You could not be defeated. You might have took some blows. You might have been knocked down a little bit, but you had to learn how to duck all of those jabs. You weren't lost. You were led. And what felt like destruction was divine construction. More reason for us to be grateful. More reason for us to bless his name. If you felt like this message was for you, if you felt like this message hit you, please do subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Follow the Instagram account at The Divine Blueprints Co. And make sure that you do subscribe to this channel and hit that notification button. That way you will be notified whenever we drop another motivational, inspirational video. This episode is titled Found in the Fight and Built in the Storm. This is Divine Blueprints Co., where clarity, calling, and kingdom collide. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm sending you love and light. Until next time, remain blessed. Thank you.